Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and in today's video we're going to be talking about and breaking down everything we know about Season 16 so far. There are a lot of things, and I really think that next season is going to be the best season we've seen in a while, so let's break it all down. But Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and instead of wasting your money trying to treat a girl, why not treat yourself instead? And by that I mean head on over to the GameLeap website and pick yourself up a membership. That way you can use and abuse our top level coaches' guides and knowledge. We have hundreds of site exclusive guides on there already, with more on the way every single week. It doesn't matter what kind of character you play, what kind of playstyle you have, if you're a solo, duo, or trio, you will be able to find something to help you. So click the link in the description, use code LOVEAPEX to get a huge discount and start to improve today. But okay, let's jump back into Season 16, and there is a lot to talk about, so let's get the less exciting stuff out of the way first, and that is the skins. There was a leaked Mastiff skin, and a couple people thought it was going to be the level 1 skin because there was only one of them, but it's actually going to be the level 100 reactive skin. That is going to be your level 100 and 110 that everyone is going to be shooting for. Now me personally, I use the Tombstick or Tombstone, I don't know what it's called. It's the one that came out a while ago with the treasure hunt event, and I absolutely love it. It has way better iron sights and just feels way sleeker. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use the reactive skin, but if it has the good iron sights, I probably will. And another skin that's in the battle pass is the Valkyrie skin. I think this is going to be the level 50 legendary skin. It does look pretty cool. I'll probably use it. So that is the less exciting stuff because skins are kind of boring. So now let's jump into more juicy stuff. And first off, arenas is being taken out of the game. Yeah, say bye-bye to arenas because it's going to be leaving. I know arenas was a lot of fun when it first came into the game. Everybody was super excited. There were tournaments. It was a lot of fun, but it just kind of fell to the side and seemed like it was just on the back burner for Respawn. There wasn't really a whole lot of updates for it. It was really hard to balance weapons around BR and arenas. So something that was really good in arenas was probably bad in BR, or something like vice versa. I don't know, like Mozambique, L-Star, that kind of stuff. And some legends were just absolutely useless in arena, so people didn't get to play the legend that they wanted to play because they would just get dumpstered on. Now don't worry, because there is a new mode taking arena's place. It's not just going to be a void. We don't know for sure what it's going to be, but it is rumored that there is a TDM mode coming to the game. So potentially all 6 arenas players can just start to play TDM instead. I know TDM is a highly anticipated mode for Apex and a lot of people are going to be really excited for it. So I really hope that Respawn does this right and actually can balance around both BR and TDM to keep everyone happy. I don't know how feasible that is or how possible it is, but you know, we can always hope because Respawn has been really good lately. Now next up, let's talk about the legend that's supposed to be coming, because in Season 16, we are getting no new legend. There was a leak a while ago that Ballistic was supposed to be coming in, and he seemed really cool. He seemed really overpowered. His whole kit was super offensive, but now it does not look like any new legend is coming in, and I don't mind that. There's a lot of legends in the game already, and I'm more hoping that Respawn can just focus on the quality of life of the game instead. We're getting new modes, we're getting a ton of different changes, and we're also getting a lot of legend balance changes, so I don't mind not having a new character. But although we are not getting a new character, we are getting a new weapon. The Nemesis assault rifle is finally coming into the game. This is an energy assault rifle, and it looks absolutely badass. Now it has been like over a year since we've seen a new gun coming to Apex, and that was the car all the way back when like Stormpoint released. Respawn has gone on record a long time ago saying that they do not want to add guns in the game unless they feel it is absolutely necessary. The loot pool is kind of cluttered already, and they don't want to add to any issues with that. But it seems like they feel now is the time. So me personally, I'm wondering, is this going to start a trend where one season we get a gun, the next season we get a legend, then the next season we get a gun, and it just kind of goes back and forth between the two? I personally wouldn't mind that, and I also wonder if they'll start to actually vault weapons in Apex. Respawn has kind of like a soft vaulting system where they'll take a gun off a ground loot, put in the care package or the replicator, but they've never actually taken a gun fully out of the game before. I don't actually think it would be a bad idea if they started to do that. Maybe for a season, like the G7 Scout just gets taken off the ground loot, or something like that happens, because then they have less stuff in the loot pool. They could actually take some guns that they're having issues balancing out. It would be a lot better for a lot more people, and maybe casuals would have an easier time because they're not getting run down by super broken weapons. But let me know what you guys think about those two theories in the comments down below. Now let's jump into the really exciting stuff, the legend changes. And these legend changes are absolutely going to shake up the meta, and it might be overwhelming for a lot of people. So seriously guys, check out the GameLeap website. When all this stuff drops, we will be updating our guide so you don't have to go through it blind. We will help you. But anyway, first up, we are getting a full rework of the class system in Apex. Now some people might be saying, a class system in Apex? Is there already one? And yes, there is. it just is kind of there, it doesn't really do a whole lot. But now we are actually seeing some massive changes and they are actually going to do something. The new classes are going to be Assault, Recon, Skirmisher, Control, and Support. And these new classes will also be getting perks with them, kind of like how Lifeline can open up blue bins. I'm going to assume that that perk is going to be moving to all support characters, but also Assault and Control are getting something. The Assault class is going to be able to carry more ammo, so instead of 60 a stack, it's probably going to be like 80 a stack. And the Control characters are going to be the beacon scanners. Yes, that's right. Caustic, Watson, Rampart, and Catalyst are going to be the ones scanning the beacons now. I personally like this because one, I'm a Catalyst main right now, I absolutely enjoy playing her, and being able to scan beacons with her will be a fantastic tool, and I honestly think it'll make her super broken. But also, my favorite meta in Apex was the Wraith, Watson, Pathfinder meta when everyone was playing for endgame zones. That was so much fun to me. And with these changes, we might be seeing less teams playing Edge and more teams playing Zone with defensive characters. So I'm kind of excited for that. Now those aren't the only changes coming to the Legends, we are actually getting some nerfs and buffs. Like with Valkyrie, not only is she losing the ability to scan beacons, but she also will not be able to scan people on the ground as she flies anymore. So she's going to be gathering a lot less information for teams. She's going to be losing a lot of her utility, but she can still have her jetpack and she can still fly her team to safety if need be. I definitely think this is going to take her out of quite a few team comps, but I don't think it's really going to nerf her into the ground. I think she's going to be more of a middle to pack legend now. Another nerf, thankfully, is coming to Horizon. She is getting the bloom added back onto her gravity lift like how it was at the start of the split. They released that early and everybody was really excited because it nerfed Horizon, but then they took it out and everybody got sad again. But now, hey, we can smile, we can be happy, she's getting nerfed. Horizon will still be strong. Her black hole is insanely good and can win fights on its own. You're just not going to be able to blast off into the stratosphere and beam someone with 100% accuracy, which is a great change in my opinion. You can still use it to get height or pop a battery or do something like that, but it's no longer really going to be an offensive tool, and I love that change. Thank you, Respawn. But probably my favorite change to the Legends is a nerf to the scan meta. Now don't get too excited just yet because there are no confirmed nerfs for Seer yet, but I do hope that changes in sometime very soon. However, Bloodhound is going back to their Season 0 scans, where it was just a snapshot of where someone was standing at the time of the scan. It does not follow or track them anymore, so you won't really have wall hacks. You'll just kind of get an outline of where someone was, but after that you're going to have to rely on your game sense in order to actually get the kill. I used to main Bloodhound way back in Season 0 and I still loved playing them, so I don't think this will really change anything for the diehard Bloodhound mains, but the Bang Hound meta is probably going to be over. And it is kind of sad because Bangalore has never really been a standout character in the meta, and she was actually finally getting a role, and now they're nerfing scan, so she's probably going to go back down into something like B tier. But if the scan meta is actually over, it's worth it because the scans were so bad for the game. But not all these legend changes are a nerfs, there are some buffs coming as well. First off, Pathfinder is finally receiving some love from Respawn, and he is receiving a buff. His ultimate zipline is going to be going 400 meters now. That is pretty much being able to go from tree to harvester in one zipline. That is bonkers, and it's not overpowered either because you can still beam somebody off of a zipline. You are still going to have to think about when and where you want to use it, and it's not just going to be a get out of jail free card. But I also wonder, is he going to be losing his passive ability where he can scan beacons and receive cooldowns on his ultimate and be getting something new, or is he going to be the only non-control character that can scan beacons? There isn't anything confirmed on whether or not his passive is going to be changed, so I really hope that he can stay scanning beacons because I like that about Pathfinder. He was the OG beacon scanner and he deserves to keep it. Now I do want to touch on one thing quickly as well, but keep in mind this is only a rumor and I have not heard this from a credible source. But supposedly Pathfinder will be able to travel on ziplines a bit faster. I don't know how much faster, it's just something that I've heard kind of through the grapevine. So maybe that will be his passive change, but who knows. And another legend receiving some buffs is Wraith. She is getting double the distance on her portal. This will be insane and probably will shoot Wraith back into S tier, especially if it goes to more of a defensive zone meta. The amount of ground you can cover will be nuts, and Wraith used to be able to go 100 meters on her portal, but Respawn Respawn thought that was too broken, so they nerfed it down to 75 meters. But now they're buffing it again, and instead of just going back to 100, they're like, hell, give her double the distance. So I don't know what they were really thinking on that, but I'm not gonna complain because I like Wraith in the meta, and I am excited to see what this does for her in terms of her usefulness to different team comps. But let me know what change you guys are most excited for in the comments down below. And if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you guys in the next one.